Okay, hey guys, good evening, and thank you for coming out and joining us for the second episode of Build Your Net That Works, building your lifestyle through relationships. We have Keisha, Raja, and
No,
Victoria.
you're off air.
No, no, it's saying it's live.
No, it doesn't.
I have the red button here saying it's
Not on this.
live.
It's not saying on this side.
Really? No. Okay. Hold on a second. Because I have that as live. Should I just stop it and start it?
We're live now.
You got it now?
I
It's
don't
on?
see it.
I see a yellow button on the
Oh,
top.
there we go. We're
Okay.
there.
We're live now? Okay. All right, guys. A little bit of technical difficulties, but that's okay. It happens. Okay, so we are here tonight with episode 2 of the Empowered Lifestyle Hour, and tonight our topic is build your net that works through the power of relationships. So we're going to be talking about building your network through relationships here, and I am your host, Yamina Hall, and just a little bit about me. I'm a single mompreneur, building my business online through the power of blogging and network marketing. So I'm really excited. This is our second episode, and we are going really strong here. And I just want to let everyone on the panel just introduce themselves, give a little bit of background of who they are and what they do. So we're just going to turn it over to Miss Keisha.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to the Empowered Lifestyle Hour. So excited to be here with my other host, my other co-host. We are bringing this live to you live and direct. I am Keisha Sumner, also known as the Ivy Marketing Mogul Online. I am a health coach, I'm a health advocate, and a social media marketing um, mogul. Okay, so just really excited to be here with my other co-hosts. We're really you know, just hanging out. Really sharing with you some things about how your network is, kind of associated to your net worth. And we're going to show you and share some strategies on how you can increase your net work so that you can increase your net worth, right? So just wanted to say hello to everybody, and so glad that you're here. And just a little bit about me. I am a former corporate employee. I have been out of corporate America for the last 2.5 years and really discovered my passion being a part of this community that we have here that we'll share a little bit, with you all later. And I'm just so excited. I'm currently a student as well at Hofstra University, the other HU, and I'm really excited because I discovered actually that passion and looking to go to medical school, and discovered that while I was here as a part of this community. So you definitely want to stay to the end and hear a little bit more about how you can become a part of us and find and discover your dream lifestyle. So back over to you, Yamina.
All right, great, Keisha. Next we have up Mr. Roger. And I'm not even going to attempt to say your last name because I always mess it up, but Roger.
What's going on, family? Roger Silvera here, Silvera for all those that are ebonically or phonically challenged. How about that? Anyways, want to definitely go ahead and introduce myself. I've been in the online marketing, internet marketing space since 2010. I am called the Big Idea Catalyst, and the reason for that is because I am really helping entrepreneurs and business owners create more of a vision of what they can expect in their businesses to help them generate more revenue through the usage of online marketing strategies. And so I help entrepreneurs create big ideas so they can turn them into profit. And so I'm truly excited about being here because obviously this is our second show. And this show tonight is going to be powerful because we're going to talk about building your net that works, okay? and the power of viable relationships and the things that come along with that, the intrinsic and financial aspects that come with that. And so you're going to be learning a lot tonight. I advise you to take out a notepad and a pen, jot down some copious notes, because we're all going to be bringing it tonight, and I'm looking forward to it. Back to you, Yamina.
All right, wonderful, wonderful. Next we have Miss Victoria in the house, and she's going to introduce herself and tell y'all a little bit about, herself and her background. Take it away, Victoria.
Hey everybody, my name is Victoria Blanco. I am a wife and mother of two. I have two children. I'm not two people's wives. But so I actually have a bachelor's degree in management, and I've done everything basically. I've been an assistant before. I've worked at a law firm before. I've worked in a casino before. And basically I'm not using my degree technically, but I don't know, my passion in life is just helping people, and I've been able to actually bring my husband home, and we're working together, helping other people do what they love to do, and that's what I'm doing right now, and I absolutely love it. I wouldn't trade it for anything in the world, and that's who I am, I guess. I mean, no stars, no no shimmer here, just plain and simple.
All right, wonderful, wonderful. So now that you guys have gotten to know about us tonight, like Roger said, this is going to be a very, very good second episode, which we do have more to come. And like we said, we are, you have to build your net worth through your network, and it basically comes down, guys, to who are you surrounding yourself with in your business, maybe in your personal life as well. There is that saying, take a look at the 5 closest people that you hang around with, and if those 5 people are broke, then you're going to be that 5th broke person. If those 5 people are well off or millionaires or what have you, then you'll be that 5th person. So it really is important to surround yourself with people that have what you have, and they can help you get what they have, and they can also help you get what you want. And that is the reason why we started our weekly series, because we want to help you get to where you need to go. You need to get yourself surrounded by a group of individuals like-minded who are doing things and going places as well. So that is very, very important in business and in life in general, not just business but in life in general. So I just want to ask the panel a few questions. People, maybe some people on this hangout with us tonight, and they really are not sure, or they don't have a clue of what we're talking about as far as surrounding yourself with particular kind of people that you want to be around, and you want to build your net worth. So what, if you had any advice, what would be your advice to the people watching in order to surround themselves with like-minded people? What's the first step that they should do? I'll just go down the panel here. I can start with you, Keisha.
Yeah, that's a really good question, Yamina. Because really people don't, I'm almost going to guess that people don't really believe that. And, you can actually, the example is, kind of guilty by association. And, you can actually get, I'm going to go off the path here, but, you can actually get arrested, even just by being around people who do bad things. So obviously the counter to that applies too. The people that you surround yourself with, you're going to be you'll find yourself being associated with them, and you'll end up doing some of the things that that they do. For instance, if you have friends, you notice that sometimes you kind of talk like them, or you take on little phrases that they do. So it's the same thing here. One of the things that I'm glad to have in my life, or one of the people that I'm glad to have in my life, you know, are people that are doing way better than me, okay? I mean, doctors and dentists and lawyers and things like that, people that I associate with, that I talk to, you know? And I'm so grateful for that because I have something to aspire to, okay? One of my goals is to make over $30,000 a month, and I can do that. I can do that realistically. Actually, matter of fact, we got told how to do that last night. And if you want to hear more about that, definitely join the movement tonight, and we'll share with you a story about how, actually not even a story, some step-by-step guides on how you can actually do that. You know, it's interesting because you know, I'm reading from a guy named Grant Cardone. If you guys don't know anything about him, he's incredible. You know, he talks about making your goals unrealistic. Okay, shooting for the stars, you know, or shooting for the moon and hitting the stars. One of the things he said about the people that you're around, he said if you're going to mimic somebody, obviously I wouldn't advise you to do that, but if you're going to mimic somebody's goals, at least mimic the goals of people who are highly successful. He was reading, this is a book called The 10X Rule, and if I could share a little bit with you, it says don't base your goals on what people have, because you can do even more. But what if you set your goals based on those of the top players in the world? Steve Jobs' goal, for instance, is to ding the universe, to create products that forever change the planet. You know, look at what he did with Apple and Pixar. If you are going to set goals comparable to those of others, then at the very least, pick the giants who have already created massive success. So, you know, that's in terms of, you know, surrounding yourself with people who are, you know, in terms of creating or increasing your net worth. You know, that's the advice that I give to people. You know, if you're really going to, be successful, you have to surround yourself with people that can give you ideas, that you can mastermind with, and that can keep you accountable too, to your goals. So I'll turn it back over to you, Yamina.
Wow, that was great. I have to get that book. I think you mentioned it to me not too long ago. I have to get that book. It sounds like it's a really, really good read. And I do follow Grant Cardone as well. He's awesome. He's amazing. But yeah, that was great. So yeah, I mean, guys, you really have to, you know, step your game up and, like she said, mimic those successful people, because those are the ones that you will be able to set your standards against. I would say, like, kind of measure yourself against, but, you know, just to give you a guide of, you know, what you should be doing. But that was great, Keisha. Roger, you have any tips that you can give the audience here?
Absolutely, and Keisha, well said, very, very well said. Here's the thing that I look at and this is geared toward people that are first-year entrepreneurs, people that are just engaging in business for the first time. First and foremost, find a mentor. Find a mentor, because once you find a mentor, and I would say, here's the biggest thing that I know with people that try to find mentors is that they try to fight the advice of the mentor. And that's the first thing, that's the first cardinal sin that you could ever make, is to try to fight the advice of a mentor. Follow the advice of the mentor and have that mentor as your sole mentor in a specific area that you're looking at. Because what most people do is they try to find 10,000 mentors in one area and they end up getting confused. Find one mentor and be able to ride their coattails, do what they say, do what they do, more importantly. Because that is the emphasis behind not only learning how they talk, how they look at things, but then ultimately you'll end up running in their circles. You'll end up running in their circles, and that's a very, very powerful thing, because then you'll see the mindset of the elite. Okay, and the thing is, we're all elite in our own mind. Some of us choose to actually use that on a day-to-day basis. And I think the biggest thing, and I'm not saying that from an arrogant perspective whatsoever, I'm saying that from a humble space, because there are many people out there that devalue what their true worth actually is. Part of that worth is actually in interfacing with quality people on a consistent basis. You know, and the whole adage is, who do you know? Who do you know? Who do you know? Your network is your biggest asset. And I don't care. People say, well, you know, my house is my biggest asset. No, it's not. It's not. In fact, there's two things that you have as your biggest assets. Your ability to produce an income, but your ability to produce an income comes indicative of the amount of value that you bring in the marketplace, but you still have to have people to do that with. So in fact, your network is probably your most expensive thing that you have inside of everything that you own is your network, okay? Because if you have a bad network, it can cost you millions upon millions upon millions of dollars in potential earnings. And it can cost you your sanity, it can even cost you your life. Because there's people out there that run in the most inopportune circles, and subconsciously they get these vibes and they get this information that's embedded and ingrained inside of them that they don't even know that they're actually poisoning people with this information. So when we talk about your network is determined upon everything that you are, it is absolutely true. So the biggest advice that I can give you is to number one, find a mentor. Get around that person that is in the area that you want to improve the most, because there's different areas of your life. There's personal, there's physical, there's emotional. Pick one area at a time and get to that person. Do what they do. Just follow them explicitly. Eventually, you're going to build not only the trust factor, but also you're going to get to know who they know. And you can start to observe, you can start to look at things from a different perspective. When you start to do that, automatically now you start to attract the people that are worth having inside of your circle that could propel you to the next level, okay? Because here's the thing. Number one, I'm not the smartest person in the world. Number two, I'm not the richest person in the world. And number three, I know for sure that I can always grow in each and every area of my life. So one of the things that I focus on is improving the people that I'm around each and every day. If you're the smartest person in your circle, you need a new circle, period, end discussion. And so one of the things that I love about this particular group of people that we have here is that we're all willing to learn. We're all willing to learn, but we're also willing to go around different people to get that type of information. Because here's the thing, if we weren't around the right people, there's no way on God's green earth that we could actually share this information with you to actually help you out. And the thing is, if we can't help you out, then you're wasting your time on this hangout. So there's a correlation to everything that we do in life, ladies and gentlemen. So what I want you to do is very, very simple. Go and find that mentor. Go do what you have to do to follow them and get a result. Once you do that and you're on their good graces, I'm telling you, everything else falls into place from there. Yamina, you're on mute.
Okay, can y'all hear me now?
Yep.
Absolutely, that was great. You definitely have to get a mentor, and like myself and everybody on the panel, we all have invested in mentors. That's why we are here. That's why we're able to tell you guys our information and what we're learning and what we're doing. So you definitely have to find that mentor. And you also, guys, like Roger was saying, you have to keep learning. We don't know everything. We're still learning as well too. So you have to keep learning. You never stop learning, and this is a a growing process. So that was awesome, Roger. Thank you for those tips. That was awesome. I hope you guys are really taking notes here. We may have the replay up, we may not, but you need to take notes. You guys need to definitely surround yourself with mentors, and any one of us guys on the panel can be your mentor actually tonight. If you are looking for a mentor, you have 1, 2, 3, 4 mentors right in front of you. And you can pick and choose who you want to be your mentor out of these 4 people, but you have mentors right here in front of you. So it's not like, you can get off this hangout and start searching. We're right here. So I just wanted to throw that in. Victoria, I'm going to go ahead and let you go ahead and give your tips.
Hey everybody. So I kind of just want to hone in on the fact that the people that you surround yourself with and the people that you associate yourself with are very important. I know one of the things that used to be said a lot in college was you are who you hang around. And even though a lot of people said it said it all the time, most of the general consensus was, well, if my friend does this, that doesn't mean that I'm that way. That just means that's the way that my friend is. And I wanted to kind of share a story with you to kind of let you know or be able to visualize how your friends actually do affect your life and your actions, even if it's not on a conscious level. The year that I graduated from high school, I took a trip to South Carolina because that's where my father's family is. And, in the South, they have very thick accents, right? And so I stayed out there for about a week and a half, and about half a week in, I started noticing myself, not purposefully, but I started noticing myself pick up on that accent. I was talking like I was from the South, and, that's the first time I had ever been there. And so there's a lot of people that have that kind of experience when you're around people that have thick accents or around people that go to parties a lot or anything like that. You become influenced by that, and even if in your mind consciously you're like, okay, I'm not going to go to the parties because she does, you end up doing it because your subconscious mind has created something physical out of what they constantly see. And so in order to kind of benefit from the people that you surround yourself with, I'm going to give you kind of like 2 tips today that's going to be beneficial for you. The first thing is to really evaluate the people that you surround yourself with. And when you evaluate those people, it's not to be judgmental or, put them down in any way, but you have to think to yourself, would you trade places with that person? Would you give them your life and take up on their life? If they are not somebody that you would trade lives with, not because of anything personal, but just on a external level. If you see the things that they're doing in their life or the way that they move, if you would not be willing to trade places with those people, then you kind of have to remove yourself. And I think the biggest part about that people get kind of offended is, well, I grew up with them. I ain't going to leave my friends behind because I made a little bit of money, or I started doing this, or I started doing that. But the truth of the matter is, if you don't leave those people behind, you're going to be behind with them. You know what I mean? No one works hard in life to stay the same. So when people look at you and they tell you, oh, you've changed because you got money, or you changed because you got this, you damn right I changed. Because I did not stay up 12 nights every night. I didn't miss sleep, and I didn't miss this party, or I didn't miss this for me to stay the same. The idea is that I worked my butt off to get everything that I have. And if you're going to tell me that makes me less of a person that you met, then that's your problem, not mine. Because the anchor is going to weigh you down, whether it's in the water or out of the water. So you have to evaluate the people that you surround yourself with. That's number one. The second thing is get around people that either are going in the same direction that you want to go in or are already where you see yourself being. Because the truth of the matter is, if you're around people that are making the amount of income that you want to have, or you're around people that live the lifestyle that you want to live, you're going to subconsciously start taking on the habits that made them the success that they are today. And that's what you want to do. You don't want to be around broke people, and not just financially broke-minded people. You don't want to be around those kind of people, because sooner or later you're going to start picking up their habits. You're going to stop doing the things that are making you income. You're going to stop focusing and reading things that are building you up spiritually and mentally, because that's not what they're doing. You can't hang around in a group of 5 people that are cussing and then be the only one not cussing. After 2 hours of chilling with those kind of people, you're going to slip up sometimes. You know what I mean? So you have to make sure that you constantly are feeding yourself, not just with audios or reading, but feeding yourself with the connections that you have with the people that surround you. Because sooner or later, whether you purposefully do it or not, subconsciously, the things that you feed your mind are going to create or going to become a reality in your life. So I just wanted to share that with you. If you want to be successful, if you want to live the life that you want to live, if you want your family to benefit from your hard work, then you have to you got to let those anchors in your life go, because anchors are only meant to do one thing, and that's weigh you down. So that's just what I wanted to share with you guys tonight. And don't ever let anyone make you feel less than because you decide to let people go. Because at the end of the day, you die alone and you were born alone. And you don't need anybody to be successful but yourself, making conscious decisions to surround yourself with the right people that are going to get you where you need to go. Back to you, Yamina.
All right. I hope y'all were listening to that. That was awesome, powerful. That's right. Do not let anyone dull your sparkle. Okay?
Hey, Yamina, can I jump in for a minute? Because,
yeah.
I mean, Vicki, I felt you, okay? I felt it. I was like, yeah, you know? And, you know, it made me think of the fact that, you know, sometimes it's really hard. It can be hard for people to break free of the things that they're so used to. You know, we're used to being comfortable. You know, we're used to being around the same friends that we've been around for 20-something years, or we've been around for 15 if you're young, and breaking free, even though we really want something in life, we really want to be successful. You know, I can remember countless times when I was younger where it was hard for me to kind of say, no, I'm going in a different path. You know, it was hard for me to break through and break free of really going off and doing my own thing. You know, it was really, really hard for me to be able to do that. And I know that some people are experiencing that now. And, you know, I think of Baltimore, Maryland. And I kind of hate to say this about Baltimore, Maryland, but they're, you know, when I used to go there, because I would go out there sometimes to do some real estate when I was selling real estate, and I saw a sense of hopelessness, and everybody was comfortable being on their street, talking to their homeboys. If somebody came around, it was, hey, you know, you going into that abandoned building, let me see what's in there. You know, and that was the extent of their life. They did not go outside of Baltimore City in that. And, you know, and I'm trying to recall if I even talked to someone who was so connected and so rooted where they were that they were almost afraid to leave. And because they were afraid to leave that that comfort zone. And one of the things that I realized is that you can't be successful if you don't get out of your comfort zone. You know, surrounding your people, you know, stepping into, you know, a conference, for instance, and surrounding yourself with people that are like-minded is so important. And, you know, for me, knowing that you can get out of that and you can break free of that, knowing that you know, knowing that you have more goals to attain, is something that I believe that will help you to propel yourself in order to break free. And I know it's hard. I know it's difficult. But even, you know, Vicki was saying some great things tonight. You have to have a passion, and you saw that passion behind her to break free of things that, you know, she or breaking free of negativity. And, you know, I just kind of wanted to share that because I was, like I said, I was feeling Vicki, and I was like, whoa, you know, she's really making so much sense. And just understanding that I get that it's difficult to break free, but you have so much more to attain. You know, I believe that every day that we wake up, we got one more day to get it right. We got one more day to fulfill the purpose that God has placed on the inside of us. We got one day to affect somebody else's life, because our lives are not our own. You know, we have to put ourselves in the position and surround ourselves with people that will encourage that and will bring that out of us. So, you know, that's what I kind of wanted to share with folks. And, you know, I'll just turn it back over to you, Mina. So thanks, Vicki, for inspiring that.
Can I kind of jump back in, Yamina, if you don't mind?
Okay. I don't mind.
Okay. I I'm glad you said what you said, Keisha, because it kind of sparked something else in me. Another thought in my mind when you were talking about comfort zones, right? And I think that we get too comfortable, right? And our sphere of friends is often, you know, those people that we're comfortable with, the people that we can be ourselves with, you know what I mean? And so I just wanted to share with you the reason why you have to get out of your comfort zone to get the results that you want in your life is because you don't know what it is to make the income that you want to make in your life. You don't know what it is to live your ideal lifestyle because you haven't done it yet. So everything that you're comfortable with doing, it's not going to yield you the results that you want because you don't have those results. Somebody that's making 6 figures a month or 6 figures a year, somebody that's traveling or don't have a home because they're in a different country every month, don't do the same things that you do. So everything that's comfortable for you is not going to yield you, or it's not going to allow you to be able to travel if that's what you want to do with your life. Because if the things that you're comfortable with doing would lead you to the lifestyle that you want, then you would already be living it. You wouldn't have to continue to strive to do something better because you would already know what it takes to live that life. So you have to get uncomfortable. Once you start getting uncomfortable in your life, in your business, in your transactions with other people, you know that you're making progress to a different place in your life. Because even successful people are not comfortable. Somebody's making $50,000 a month, but they're not comfortable because they want to get to the next milestone in their life and their business. So even if you think, okay, I'll be comfortable at $50,000, that person that's already at $50,000 is not comfortable because they've already done it. So it takes them to step outside of their comfort zone and say, hey, look, I've been doing this for, 2 or 3 months. What else can I do today that's going to take me to the next level? So even if you think in your mind an amount or a lifestyle is going to make you comfortable, successful people don't get comfortable. They don't get complacent. They don't get stuck in a situation because they know it can be gone at any minute. The hustle does not stop because you add an extra zero onto how much you make. So if you really want to be successful, you have to step out of your comfort zone because your comfort zone is what got you where you are today. You need a little bit of something extra to get you where you want to be tomorrow. Okay, I'm done.
Woo! Yes. Yes, yes. So I want to speak to the people and who are watching, guys. We talked a lot for the past few minutes about getting out of your comfort zone. I know y'all heard it. I know y'all heard what Vicky had to say, what Keisha had to say. So I want y'all to do something right now. I want y'all to get out of your comfort zone right now. Right now. There's a link or a button or whatever you see below this video. You can join the movement and get out your comfort zone, guys, because whatever you're doing right now has gotten you to the same situation that you're in right now. Okay, you wake up tomorrow and same thing. I want you guys to really get out of your comfort zone. We've gotten out of our comfort zone, and that's why we're here tonight and able to bring this to you. So that was awesome, Vicky. I really want the people who are watching this right now, I want you guys to really go ahead, get out your comfort zone, click whatever button down there is below, and get started with us, guys. Get started with us tonight and just really make a difference. Do something different. If you write down I want you to write down 5 people that you hang around with right now. Write down 5 people that you're hanging around with right now, okay? Write down those 5 people and, get out your comfort zone. If you like, I moved away from, I lived in Massachusetts forever. I grew up in Massachusetts, and I got out of my comfort zone and moved out of Massachusetts and moved to Texas, just on a whim. Actually, my sister was here and she got me down here. But, I grew up in Massachusetts doing the same old. And when I moved out to Texas, a lot of things had changed for me because I got around a lot of knew different people that were doing different things. Okay, so I got out of my comfort zone. Now I speak to some of those people occasionally that are from Massachusetts, and I've been gone almost 10 years, right? These people are doing the same thing that they were doing when I left. The same thing. Okay, and they're asking me, hey, Yamina, what's going on? What you doing? And I tell them, and they're like, oh, wow, really? And they can't even fathom what I'm talking about to them because they're so stuck in what they're so comfortable and stuck in their situation. They can't even imagine of getting out of their comfort zone. Not saying that they have to move out of the state, but just to give an example of what can happen when you do get out of your comfort zone. And those people you hanging around right now, if they're not doing nothing or anything to get out of their comfort zone or propel themselves to the next level, most likely in the next 5 years they're going to be doing the same thing. So it does come down to you may have to cut some people off. It's a hard decision, but sometimes you may have to just let some people go from your circle and put yourself in a new environment, a new circle, get around some different people. And sometimes that's what it's gonna that's what it's going to take in order for you to get to the next level of success and what it is that you want to do. So we can't really emphasize that as much more than we are doing right now. But I think that is the real key, to just really surround yourself with those kind of people that you want to be like or aspire to be like. If that's the case. If you don't want to do it, then don't do it. Don't click the button. We'll see you in 5 years. We'll see you in 5 years and see where you are. We're still moving forward with or without you, but you got to just get out your comfort zone and do something different. Do something different. So, Roger, did you want to say anything?
Man, I'm over here just oh man, I'm thinking, dang. I was like, I knew Vicky had it, and I was like, I never tell somebody, what got into you. No, she had it already in her. I think it was the form that allowed her to become comfortable, to allow her to shine, and I think that was awesome. Man, I'm over here just like, wow, girl, where the heck? I'm like, yeah, man, I'm gonna have to pull you out on a midday motivational call or something like that, and let you give that fire to the people, man. That's awesome. That not only resonated with people, but it came from a pure space of high energy. Let me share something with you guys. One of my, obviously, a lot of our mentors are pretty much, we share the same mentor, Tracy Walker. And Tracy obviously has been a very dear friend of mine for a few years. And as many as obviously everyone here, knows her. So just a couple days ago, she was mentioning that, I had no power in my home. Had no power in my home. In the last 2-3 days, she hadn't had power. But why does she make $5,000 in the last 72 hours? You see, most people, and I really had to take heed to this because, I've been in a space of my business where I feel kind of stuck, and there's a reason why I felt stuck, and I finally found why I was stuck. And here's the reason why: because she said something very profound, and a lot of people don't pick up on it because it's very subtle. She said, I will get back to $50,000 per month by any means necessary. That's it, period. No excuses. There are no excuses at this point. So her energy is based on the fact that, look, despite whatever obstacles are thrown at you in your face, you will powerfully move around them and continue to focus on whatever your vision is. You see, if I hadn't been surrounded by a person like that, and again, we're going back to the topic of tonight, which is your network, making or creating a net that actually works. You see, the net is the people. And if you don't have the people, not only you have no life, you have no business. Okay, you can't have a sustainable business if you don't have no net. Okay, the net creates opportunity. The net inspires people to take action. The net is indicative of how much influence you can have with people. Okay, the net is the true essence behind your success. Okay, and the reason that she is so successful is because her net is far reaching, far expanding, and she continues to expand, and she continues to look for different people. Now, she doesn't look for just any person. She looks for people that are, her energy is aligned with them altogether. And the thing is, if your energy is not at that level, she's not messing with you. And that's no slight on people, whatever the case may be, because again, we're going back to the fact that people want a mentor. Well, here's the thing. Your mentor is not somebody that's gonna knock down on your door, every 5 seconds and say, well, you know what, have you done your work today? No. In fact, guess what? That's not their responsibility. Okay? That's not their responsibility. They don't. It's not I'm saying they don't care, but in a sense, they kind of don't care because, in a sense, that's what you've got to do. You've got to show up to the game, be willing to play full out. And so, going back to the fact that if it hadn't been for my connection or knowing her on a personal level, knowing the type of energy that she displays every single day in her business and in her life, and the type of person that she is, now I can see the correlation of where I think I'm going wrong. Because for me, it's a matter, and I'm transparent, guys. For me, I'm not a person that will sit here and beat my chest and say I'm the best person. That's not me, and that never will be me. Because just like you watching me right now, just as much as you're learning from me, I'm learning from you. And because I'm learning from you, I'm learning to get better. So if you're on my list or if you're on any one of our lists, things of that nature, if you came here from somewhere, okay, yes, you expected to learn something tonight, which hopefully you are. But on the flip side, we're actually learning something from you. And that goes to, again, association, okay? Association. Who are you connected to? Okay? There's a universe of people out there. Everybody has an interconnection between, okay? And it's universally proportionate, again, to how your thinking level is indicative of how many people you will have attracted to you of the same ilk, okay? Because you can't attract somebody that's successful, okay, that has made over $1 million if you don't have that particular mindset. So it goes back to, are you thinking correctly? Are you reading daily? Are you listening to audio daily? Are you associating with people at a live event? If you're not going to a live event, I don't care if you're in the industry of network marketing or not. You could be in real estate. If you don't go to real estate symposiums and conventions, then guess what? You will never be the type of person that will be a top producer, because you're automatically choking off the exact energy source that could help you get to the next level. Hear what I just said. You're choking off the energy source that could get you to the next level. And if you take anything away from me tonight, take that away from me. Because I value every single relationship that has ever come into my life. Good, bad, or indifferent. And the thing is, what you constantly got to do is evaluate the level of those relationships and ask yourself one question. Am I getting better in every area of my life based on the association that I have with these people? And if the answer is no, cut it off quickly. Because it doesn't serve you, and it won't serve you moving forward, and that's the value of what we're trying to display tonight. Because I'm telling you, even if you say, you know what, Roger, whatever you've got to offer, I will buy, and things like that. Listen, if your mind is not correct, if you don't have this up here right, or are not willing to get this right through study and education and implementation, if you don't want to get this right, then I don't want to deal with you. And I'm not saying that disparagingly. I'm not saying that to be arrogant. I'm saying that to be truthful. because you can't. And I was like, here's the thing: you can't come to a hangout like this and stay this long and not want to get better, and not want to improve, and not want to be a better person to not only yourself and to your family and to other people that you know. You can't stay this long for 41 minutes on this particular hangout and tell me that you don't want to get better. And things, we got to stop faking the funk. We got to stop looking at each other, you know, as trying to compete and trying and co-create something that could be massively impactful to others. That's why we created this particular hangout. That's why we created this particular series, because here's the thing: we could all compete with one another, and the thing is, yeah, we could, but at the end of the day, we started to create. We started to create an idea from something that was inspired within us. That's the value of a network. That's the value of a network, because guess what? If we didn't know each other, you wouldn't be on this hangout. And the thing is, you wouldn't have got the valuable information. So because of an idea that was formulated in the mind, now guess what? Now you've got that ingrained in you. And that's how this process works, ladies and gentlemen, is because it's a transference of energy, it's a transference of information, it's a transference of value. And when you have that ingrained in you, ladies and gentlemen, there's nobody that can take that away from you.
Awesome, awesome. Well said, Roger. Well said. So let's see here, guys. It's like we've been here almost an hour. So what we want to do here, does anyone have any other final words or anything? Anybody wants to close it out or have anything they want to say? I'm sure. Go ahead, Keisha.
Yeah, I just wanted to, and if I could step in here, one of the last things I wanted to ask you guys is, what, for everybody out there listening, what are some of those characteristics of successful people, of your net worth of people? What are some of those characteristics that you found that people can that people can figure out? Okay, well, this person meets criteria and this person doesn't, so I should surround myself with this person. What would you say that some of those criteria are? Just real briefly before we kind of close it out. Oh, you're on mute, Yamina.
Okay, can you hear me? My button. This is a new computer. I got to get used to it. No, I would just say the criteria would be, for me, would be someone who is genuine, someone who is, getting the results that I want, someone who is a go-getter and just, is going to do whatever it takes to get to the next level. That's who I would want to reach out to and be mentored by. Someone who's, who's not a quitter. You don't want to surround yourself with a quitter. So that would be, some of my criteria for someone that I would definitely surround myself with.
I think one thing that came to my mind as soon as you asked the question was, you got to be a little bit intimidated by them, right? Like, if you're surrounded by people that are really doing the thing, you're a little bit intimidated by it, right? You making $5,000 a month, they making 20. You're kind of intimidated by it. You know what I mean? Like, if somebody's working at McDonald's, barely making, you kind of overlook them a little bit. Not, they're your family, they're your friends, but it's just, touch and go. But you kind of have to be intimidated in the sense that they make you want to work harder when they're around. That they give you a fire that wasn't there before because you're trying to get where they are. And I think even if, the person, I think it's important to also say that they don't necessarily have to be living the life that you want to live. But if you look at them and their grind for life and everything that they do in general, it's undeniable to where you have to question if you're working hard enough. Everybody's not going to It's not someone that's gonna live the lifestyle that you want to live. You know what I mean? But if they're working 3 jobs and they're putting food on the table for their family, you kind of got to look at them and like, oh, I need to step my game up. They're not where I want to be, but they still doing a whole lot better than me sitting on this couch watching TV. You know what I mean? So you kind of got to be intimidated by not only their status, but their work ethic, their grind, and their hustle.
Nice, nice. You have any thoughts on that, Raj?
I mean, I'm in listen mode a lot tonight, just listening. And, because here's the thing. One thing I love is to talk, but I also love to listen. And that's a mark of a person that has been around people that are greater thinkers than you, than greater visionaries than you, just greater professionals. And again, learning from different people, you know that a successful person doesn't necessarily want the spotlight all the time. What they want to do is they want to give the power to other people and allow them to shine. You see, like for example, I knew Vicki had it in her in terms of her energy, but for some reason this particular topic it showed. And it was a great topic for her because it really truly resonated with something that she's passionate about. And I wanted to sit back and actually soak that in because, you know what, I'm thinking to myself, I can learn something from that. Okay? And that's when you are truly living in your space of abundance and living in your true purpose, because you don't know what you don't know. And again, the beauty about having a network that truly is expanding and truly growing, and that you're constantly meeting new people and giving value in exchange. Here's the thing. Most people want to take. That's all they want to do. Take. What's in it for me? You heard that term all the time. What's in it for me? Okay? And the thing is, I truly operate on that, because you can talk a good game, but unless you're actually willing to give that person what they want, okay, truly giving value on a consistent basis, then it doesn't matter. But hanging around the right people, hanging around people that will inspire you daily, the mark of a community is truly powerful. And I guess that's where for me, being a part of this particular group is awesome. But this sprung out of an entirely larger community that has truly revolutionized every single one of our lives, and has allowed us to actually live on our passion, live in our purpose, be able to create ideas like this particular series that we've created. And guys, we've worked hard on actually creating the essence behind what we want to deliver to you. Okay, so if you're on this particular hangout and you're thinking, man, you know what, I would love to be a part of this particular community that you're talking about, because just like how you're talking about your network, and things of that nature, I need to expand my network with different people. I would love to hang around you guys. Well, if that's you, then we invite you to be part of our community. You see, guys, there's some links at the bottom of this video, and you actually have the opportunity to become part of our community. Okay, become part of our circle. And again, expand your network, not only from an educational perspective, but also from a financial perspective. And if that's you, if that's something that you want to do and you want to be able to tap into, then we invite you to get started tonight with our community. Because we truly believe that, again, if you become part of our community for any length of time, you will be a different person. Guarantee that. I can guarantee that. Okay, I can't guarantee you any level of income. I can guarantee that you will be a different person, though, in the way you talk, the way your energy is, just by being around us for any length of time. And hopefully you've actually gained that a little bit tonight from being around us. Because I'm telling you, it's awesome. And again, Vicki, I'm so proud of you just for lacing us with your vision, your wisdom. That was just flat out phenomenal tonight. You totally killed it. And to me, that's somebody that I love to see grow and blossom into her specific space and command it. Okay, it's because of the community, because of the inspiration that is within us to allow us to operate at that level. And so again, if you're saying, Roger, I want to be around different people, I want to take my life to the next level, then all you got to do is click on that link below and get started. It's plain and simple. Yamina, back to you.
All right, guys, y'all heard it. Click on that link below. Get around some awesome people, our awesome community. And we are going to be closing this out in a minute here. Is there anything else anyone would like to add before we shut it down?
Yeah, Vicky, go ahead, girl.
Yeah, I just wanted to...
go ahead with your bad self.
There's something that actually came to my mind as everybody was speaking, and I kind of wanted to... I thought it was important that I said it before we ended this, because it directly links with what we're talking about tonight. I think it's important, we're talking about, surrounding ourselves with the right kind of people. People that are going to excel us in life in general, are spiritually, mindset-wise. And I think it's important to say that some people get it, right? Some people are going to get it. Some people are like, oh, they make so much sense. But other people aren't going to get it. They're sitting there, they're like, yeah, whatever. My friends are cool. My friends are that. And I want to say to those people tonight, set your ego aside. Take off your ego and set it aside, because the problem is you are the headmaster in your circle of influence, and you like the way that feels. But the reason why you are the headmaster is because, you being the headmaster isn't going to excel you anywhere. If everyone's below you and you're up here, then that's exactly where you're going to stay. You have to set your ego aside and be willing to learn from people that already know it. You can't teach yourself how to make a level of income that you don't have. You can't teach yourself how to live the lifestyle that you don't live. So I encourage you to take your ego, to discard your ego tonight, and click the link below and learn and join us in learning some things that'll elevate you personally. And I also wanted to say, you are at the top of your circle of influence because some people believe in you, right? They find that you're of value. That's why you're at the top. That's why people are following you. But you staying at that level is helping no one, not even yourself. And I wanted to tell you tonight that somebody's life depends on you clicking the link below. Somebody needs you specifically to elevate in their lives. Because if we took the time to think about how long it took us to actually to get into something that'll make us great, right? We influence so many people when we get in. Just imagine all the people that didn't get the chance to feel you and know your knowledge because you took 1 second too long to just get in. So somebody's life depends on your success, and every moment that you waste thinking about it, their life is going further and further down because of your ego getting in the way of just admitting that you don't know it all. Because if you knew it all, you'd have it all, but you don't. And none of us do. That's the beautiful thing about being connected with the right people. They understand and they know that they don't have it all. So you connect and you learn and you grow together. So I just invite you tonight to take off your little hat, your ego hat, and set it aside. Click the link below and get this knowledge, because knowledge is the only thing that's going to take you where you want to go. Skill, skill will get you through the front door, but if you don't know how to use that skill, you're not going to be able to get far. So in closing tonight, click the link below. You already know you should, you know what I mean? You already know in your mind that you should do it, but you're letting that ego get in the way. So set aside that ego tonight and start living the life that you're supposed to live, because somebody depends on you to be successful so that they can know it's possible for them too. Because all of our stories are different. And only one person could connect with another person that's like you, and that's you. So click the link below and get joined with us today. And we'll see you next week on our next Hangout.
All right. Good night, y'all. Thanks for coming out.
Good
Bye,
night.
everybody.